My heart was absolutely beating. Having just had 3 highly commended for our other categories, I just thought we were going to get highly commended up against Sitna. I just thought we're not going to do this, but yeah, so I'm absolutely overwhelmed by the fact that we've won it. Really, really pleased. So we do completely blank recruitment. So our managers, when they recruit, there is anything that's personal identifiable is redacted from application forms. So they do not, all they have is the person's career history. That's it, and they select from that. So that's one of the things we've done. We've spent quite a lot of time investing in terms of what our strategy is. So our strategy is for each location to reflect the customer demographics of that which they operate in, which will be different for each site. And we've started on really a 24-month programme now in terms of getting leaders to understand the strategy, so why we're doing it. And it's around not just because it's the right thing to do, but it gives actually better business results. So they're bought into that now, and then we'll move on to the educational piece. We're really proud members of the 30% Club, so proud to have 30% of our senior leadership team are females within Automotive. And what we've done is really, really focus on data. So we measure absolutely everything. So we're not there yet, but we know where we need to get to, and that's all aligned to the ONS data from the recent census, updated again this year when we get the census data. So I guess the basics are we're educating, we're getting them to buy into why they need to do it, and we're giving them a measure in terms of where they need to be going to. The measure is to reflect the customer demographics of the area they operate in. Yes, we have an absolute zero tolerance policy to anything, and interestingly, as part of our education process, where we're actually training all colleagues right up to all manager level, we actually give them examples of some of the horrible things that have happened within Trustford, and we actually tell them these are real life examples, which then obviously loops back to the fact of why we now have a zero tolerance policy. And we now advertise on all our recruitment that we happy to talk flexible working, and we really do. So we are getting lots and lots of people who are not just applying to Trustford who then say, I'd like to work part-time or reduced hours. It's not always part-time, it might be just they want to finish at 4 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock, but also internally as well, in terms of colleagues put in for flexible working. COVID has really changed the way people want to work in today, and they don't want to all do these long, historic, automotive hours. They want to have a good career and a work-life balance. So we're really pushing and offering that to our colleagues and people coming into Trustford as well. Absolutely delighted, so absolutely over the moon, seriously are, because this is just an accolade of all the hard work that we've started, and we're still on a massive journey of what we need to do. But the fact that it's not a HR-led project, it's completely, owned from the board and leadership down. So it's not just a HR initiative. This is in our DNA, in our purpose, in our values. This is how we operate now in Trustford.